fresh to the table, locally brewed to the tap, fine dining in your backyard. Hi, I'm Nikki Morville for Destination Mohawk House. Join me for food and drinks at Sussex County's hotspot. All right, folks, we are back in the kitchen with Executive Head Chef Kenny Salmon. Hey, Ken, today we're going to be doing a really neat menu item that we have on our bar menu, which you can get any time of day here at Mohawk House. The summer lobster roll.
Yep.
So how do we do this?
I thought it was a very nice, springy, fresh kind of appetizer. I used to do it a lot for my cocktail parties, appetizer parties, and it's something you have to make. You can't make ahead of time. First, I'm going to take a little bit of our fresh lobster.
Beautiful.
And just cut it up a little bit.
Now that is a gorgeous lobster, and I know in springtime people just love fresh seafood.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. So we're just going to take a little bit of the tail. I mean, a little bit of the claw. These are really cool.
All right.
Bang Thai, they're thin rice paper, which they're not going to be cooked.
Okay.
It's very brittle and very fragile.
Neat.
It's almost like paper.
It is like paper.
Yeah.
And we're going to eat this?
Yeah, what we do
Very
is we put in a little
interesting.
cold water
Okay.
and you soak it.
Oh, it becomes transparent. That's awesome.
And this is good for vegetarians, vegans. You know, we could do it without the lobster.
Wonderful.
We could do all different kinds of vegetables.
Okay.
So it could be kind of your pick.
Wonderful. So we get it nice and wet. Fantastic.
We take it.
Nice.
We put it
Comes
on
right
our
out.
board.
Ooh.
And it's still like rubbery,
still
but once the water seeps into it, it will be perfect.
Absorb. Nice.
We'll take a little asparagus.
Who does not love asparagus? Perfect.
We're going to take a little roasted pepper.
And the color detail, Ken, is amazing.
Yeah, that's
it
what
really
I love about it too.
Pops to
And
the
plus,
eye.
when you bite in, it's wonderful.
Now this is neat. This is cucumber.
Cucumber, a little bit.
And this really is finely chopped.
Yeah, we put it on
perfectly.
a mandolin, like
Neat.
helps us chop it up a little easier.
Nice.
Then we use fresh mint.
Lovely.
Kind of bang the water off. And go all the way across with that.
Nice. Now again, the green and you know, we're talking about a healthy,
Let's
fresh
not-
meal here.
Forget about the lobster.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And then, last but not least, we take a little bit of sprouts.
Okay. Another healthy add to the dish here.
Yeah.
Nice.
When I think spring, I think healthy.
Absolutely.
And I think fresh. And this is just so fresh. Now, if you see the roll, it's really
Oh, it's
absorbed
nice
the
and-
water now.
Yeah, that is neat.
So we go over, we bring it back, and we roll it up tight.
Awesome.
And it's transparent. You can see right through it, which is kind of cool too.
Absolutely.
And it's not cooked. It's just a fresh
That is
item.
That's awesome.
Pretty wild,
yeah,
right?
I'm so impressed.
And just cut it up here. And what's nice is you can make an appetizer platter with this too.
Very cool.
And I usually put a what we have here is pickled daikon, which is it's a radish,
Okay.
a white radish that they use in Asian cooking a lot.
Nice.
And carrot.
Nice.
We pickle it with coriander seed and white wine vinegar.
And you guys pickle it yourself here?
Yeah, we pickle it ourselves.
Nice.
We use that as a garnish. We put it underneath our sauce, which is it's a peach sweet chili sauce.
Peach sweet chili. Awesome.
But what's kind of cool, like it looks like kind of like sushi.
Yeah, it does. And I'm a huge sushi fan
And you can see the
myself.
lobster and the sprouts and everything coming right out. It's beautiful.
Wow.
And I like to go odd numbers. So that's our lobster summer roll.
Okay, folks, from the kitchen right off to our picnic grove here at the Mohawk House, I am with Peter Southway, owner of the Spring House Dairy in Frieden, and we're going to be talking about how food to plate with fresh produce is the way to go. It's something Mohawk House truly believes in, and we've got a local dairy farmer to talk to us about this. So tell me, Peter, a little bit about your dairy farm and how you can see that philosophy with the Mohawk House.
Well, it just blends right in with Sussex County because our cows are in Sussex County. They eat food and crops that are grown in Sussex County. We take the milk right into our cheese room from our cows that day. We make a fresh cheese. The cheese gets wrapped and packaged at the farm and gets delivered right here where they can use it in their menu.
Awesome. And I feel like that's really important for people out there to know, because when we talk about supporting your local farmer and supporting your local guy who is making this happen fresh, locally, and then you actually physically eat it locally, it's such a harmonious pattern. Why should we keep something like that going right here at the Mohawk House?
Well, because it keeps it's good for the environment. We're not shipping food very far. It's not coming from a foreign country. It's coming from right here. And you know, we live locally, we buy locally, and now we sell locally. And so therefore, we can support one another right within our community effort.
Which is awesome. Tell me a little bit about your dairy farm in Frieden.
We milk just over 50 cows. We have Jersey cows, which are the little brown cows. A lot of people think they're real cute. We have some Guernsey cows. Those are cows that are high in butter fat and high in protein in their milk, which is utilized in cheese making. And we use quite a bit of our own milk on the farm to make cheese, and I also sell a lot of our milk to another artisanal cheese maker. So most of our milk goes into a cheese product, either on our farm or at another artisanal cheesemaker's shop.
And again, it's just so nice that you can see it all come full circle when it comes to the farmer fresh right to the plate here at the Mohawk House.
It's wonderful, yep. We enjoy it, we enjoy the relationship, and it works good.
Fantastic. Alrighty folks, we are back in the kitchen with Executive Chef Ken Salmon. Now, Ken, tell me a little bit about this next dish. What's your inspiration for the prosciutto wrapped shrimp? Because they look fabulous.
Well, for spring, I was like, you know, prosciutto and cantaloupe, you know how they usually wrap the cantaloupe with prosciutto.
Right.
So I was thinking, I was like, why don't we wrap shrimp with prosciutto, sear it, and put it over cantaloupe with like a lemon vinaigrette.
That sounds
And
absolutely fantastic.
we've been selling a lot. It's been really taking off,
So this
and
is
people
a
really
really
enjoy
nice popular dish. Again, something fresh, something springy. Gotta love fresh seafood along with a little twist to it. So, okay, where do we start?
it. So, of course, me with a hot pan.
A must.
We'll take our shrimp, start it up on the
Nice hot pan for you there, Ken.
We start it up high on the top, and we throw it right in the oven.
Wow, that was quick. So Ken, when you've got a dish like this and you've got your chaos going, how does it all kind of flow well in the kitchen?
Well, teamwork is a lot of heart and
Yeah.
a good team.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. You know, you can say you're the best chef in the world and have the biggest ego in the world, but really it comes down to the people that are working next to you.
Absolutely.
And it's like a ship. You know, everybody has their job. And
Yeah.
even the smallest guy on the totem pole, he's still, in
got
here
it
he
all.
gets treated the same as anybody else.
All right, so let's look inside this oven. These beauties are nice and
Now we're gonna flip them
searing
over.
away.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice and crispy. Now we're
Who
gonna
knew?
sear
There's
them a little bit again.
So much that you can do with shrimp.
And for an appetizer, you know, we want it to go out fast, so.
Right, so you've got to really kick it up a notch.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got.
All right,
What I'm gonna do, we're gonna turn them over here,
flip them back. Beautiful.
and we're just gonna split them down a little bit.
Okay. Nice. And you're right, they're nice and crispy on the outside already. That's really neat.
Yeah, it's nice. So the end process is just, I'm gonna fold them right down in the pan.
Great.
So we'll take them, just wanna push them down a little bit.
Nice. And like you said, this
gonna
is a
finish-
nice appetizer too.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if you wanted to go for, say, a big steak or a nice hearty dish, this
Yep.
is nice and light to get you ready for that.
Yeah, this is just a nice little appetizer to have. Really get you going. And another thing that you can just have with a glass of white wine, if you just want to keep it simple. You know, some people like to just eat light sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
you don't need all that much. You know, you just come to the bar, just have an appetizer and go.
Beautiful.
Now our lemon vinaigrette, it actually looks like there's cream in it.
Okay.
But it's just the emulsification. We use roasted shallots,
Oh, great.
fresh lemon, a little Dijon mustard, and a little champagne vinaigrette.
Lovely.
And we put it in the blender, let that emulsify, and add the oil slowly.
Great.
And that's our lemon vinaigrette. But if you see, it's emulsified. It looks like a.
It does.
It's not like a loose
Oh,
vinaigrette.
that's going to be excellent. Beautiful.
I always pick up hot stuff with my hands, so.
Is that why they're all burned to a crisp? Just kidding.
We use just a little basil oil for color.
Wow, that is absolutely gorgeous.
And that is our prosciutto and shrimp,
Voila.
which we've been selling, like I said, an unbelievable amount
Really
of.
fast. And you can see why. Well, again, looking forward to trying it.
Excellent.
So from the kitchen to the bar, I am here with Michael Kane, founder of Kane Brewing Company. He's a local boy. He started here in Sparta. He went to Sparta High School, and he lives down by the shore now, and he is one of our guys that helps bring in some of the beer here to one of our 50 taps now here at the bar. So, Michael, tell me a little bit about yourself. How'd you start right here in Sussex County?
Yes, like I said, I grew up here in Sparta, went through elementary and Sparta High School here, and once I was in college, I started homebrewing as a hobby at the end of my senior year, and so it was something that I really enjoyed and I found really interesting. So I graduated and got a job in the city working in finance, and did that for about 8 or 10 years, and enjoyed the finance, but at the same time I kept doing homebrewing kind of as a hobby, and it kind of grew into something I really enjoyed and was really passionate about, and decided a few years ago that was what I wanted to do with my life. So I left the city, left finance, moved back to New Jersey, and started the company down in Ocean Township in Monmouth County.
Awesome. So here we have big investment banker and decides brewing beer is the passion. And I love that because, come on, investment banking, brewing
No
beer. I mean, there's no brainer here, Michael. So here we are now at the Mohawk House, and you guys do everything yourselves, like you said. So you've got 3 on tap here at Mohawk House. Now, mind you, folks, we do have 50 on tap. 50. You're not going to find that anywhere in the tri-state area unless you come here to Sparta, the Mohawk House. So what do we have here for our first one?
Yeah, these are the 3 beers we have on tap right now. We're an all-draft brewery right now, which means everything we make is in kegs, and we sell it to bars and restaurants. So we don't have any packaged products that go to liquor stores.
Nice.
The first one here is one of our year-round beers. It's called Afterglow. It's a rye pale ale. It's about 5.5% alcohol.
Afterglow.
Afterglow, yes.
Okay.
And it's made up of about 10 to 12% rye, which adds a little bit of spiciness and a little bit more body than you'd get in a typical pale ale. It's really hop forward. Our philosophy on American style beers is to make them hop flavorful and hop aroma, but not super bitter. So the hops we use in this are all from the Pacific Northwest. They're a lot of Cascade Centennial hops, which give it a citrusy, floral aroma and flavor, which plays well with the spiciness. And
the citrus and spice, you really can get a full effect of this one.
Yes.
What about this one right here?
Second one is I know they're all a little similar in color, but this one is actually a little lighter in malt body. It's called Head High. It's our second year-round beer. It's what we call a West Coast style IPA. It's about 6.5% alcohol. It's also a hop forward beer, but this one, as opposed to that being mostly focused on a citrus style hop, this one you get a little more grapefruit, a little passion fruit, a little earthiness from some of the hops we use in there. We use 5 different types of hops in there.
You can smell the grapefruit.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of people think we add grapefruit to the beer, but
You really can.
it's all from the hops we use and the kind of style in which we brew it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
so
is fruity, and I love it.
yes. And it finishes nice and dry as well, so you can kind of keep
That's
drinking it.
awesome.
And it's, like I said, a little higher in alcohol, a little drier in malt, and
That is a nice tasting beer, Mike.
that is our kind of flagship.
Yeah.
We sell the most of that one. This third one here is called Overhead. It's an Imperial IPA, which means it's a little higher in alcohol. It incorporates a little bit more, a lot more hops than the Head High. We use very different hops in that. So this, as opposed to the kind of grapefruit, you'll get a little bit more earthiness, a little bit more, some people call it like resiny flavor.
Yeah, like almost cedar or something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
it's also a little bit sweeter because it's about 8.2% alcohol, so it's a bigger beer. But again, finishes dry, and the hops almost kind of what we get kind of coats your tongue, and it's more of a hop flavor.
Now
again.
this doesn't feel as hoppy as
Right.
the other two, is that right?
It's a little bit more balanced. There's a little bit of sweetness to it, but the hoppiness on this one kind of sneaks up on
It
you a little bit
does.
if you keep drinking it. It's there. It's just not as forward as some other Imperial IPAs.
I might just have to keep drinking this one to
drinking
just
dry.
find out when the
Yeah.
hop's really
exactly.
going to get me
And we
right.
use we brew at a 20-barrel brew house, which is about 600 gallons at a time. For that batch,
That's good.
was about 100 pounds of hops for a 20-barrel batch. So it's a lot of hops, mostly in the later steps of the process in the dry hopping, which is where we take the fully fermented beer and add hops back to it and let
Awesome.
it age on there. So
That is really good. That honestly, all three of these, they look so similar. They taste totally
yes,
different.
Very, very different.
Totally, totally different.
Yes.
I might just have to finish this last one to give it a go. So this is excellent. So now tell me a little bit about your relationship with the Mohawk House, because as we said, you've got 3 on tap here now. And being the local boy from Sparta, this seems like a nice fit for you.
It is, and I mean the fact that we're local is great. But even if we weren't necessarily from Sparta, this is the type of place we really like to be in. We know kind of your philosophy on how you look for local produce and kind of incorporate that local product into your ingredients, and it's something we try to do as much as we can with our beers. And there aren't a lot of places in New Jersey that kind of understand craft beer the way you guys do. Like, so with the 50, it's not just the amount, the 50 tap handles that you have, it's the variety and the styles that you have. There's beers on here that you won't find anywhere else, maybe in all of New Jersey. So it's a nice fit for us because it kind of goes hand in hand with what we're trying to do with our product, and also what you're doing with kind of the craft beer and bringing that experience to people here in Sparta.
Absolutely, and we do. We sample, folks. I mean, it's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. I will sample this beer so I can let you know how it tastes. Well, Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you
Pleasure
very much.
meeting you.
My pleasure.
Folks, come on down to Mohawk House and try some of Kane Brewing right here. Brewing Company, beautiful beer. Awesome, tastes great. Thank you. Okay, so for the third time, we are back in this kitchen today, and let me tell you, I am so excited. These meals, I mean, you don't get fresher or better than this, folks. And I will vouch, this next meal might just put me over the edge. I'm so excited. It is the pan-seared Chilean sea bass, one of their finest menu items on your menu. Ken, tell me about it.
Well, the Chilean sea bass, the one we did over the winter was pan-seared Chilean sea bass over a butternut squash risotto,
which was excellent.
with a pomegranate glaze.
Yes.
And people are like, oh,
Ridiculous.
even the owner was like, no, we're not taking that off the menu. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, we have to. It's spring.
I know, and I was worried about that because let me tell you, that sold so well, and
It
it
did.
was so good. Ken, how
Yeah.
can you top it?
It was tough.
Okay,
It was tough.
so what's the roll
but
here?
we figured it out. It's a pan-seared Chilean sea bass over a shrimp scampi lemon risotto with arugula basil pesto and a sun-dried tomato oil. First, we'll season our Chilean sea bass a little bit.
Some salt,
Salt, a little white pepper.
nice.
Put it in a hot pan.
All right, get that baby
We start it right up
searing
top.
away.
But we have a very hot oven here,
Yes.
so we're
I'm
just gonna
feeling
throw it
it
right in, and it will do the work for us. And then we're gonna get a little bit of garlic going.
Okay.
Garlic and olive oil. A little bit, not that much.
The perfect amount. There we go.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Let it cook in the corner of the pan, so it cooks evenly.
Yeah, looks nice.
Then I think we'll take some little shrimp. These are beautiful,
Yeah, those are nice.
beautiful shrimp. A little salt, a little pepper.
Great.
Strain out a little bit of oil. We don't need all that oil.
Right.
There we go.
Strain it.
Now we'll take a little red flake pepper,
Okay.
a little fresh parsley,
Beautiful.
right in the oil. I love that. Cooks in the oil. Like, people don't usually think about putting parsley in the oil before, but I love it. It really.
Well, it probably really absorbs, gets the taste right in there, right?
Yeah. We put a little white wine,
Okay.
and then this is a little bit of a sauce that we make, our scampi sauce. It's a little, you get it a touch thicker.
Our little secret scampi sauce.
We'll add a little bit of fresh lemon.
Lovely.
And we'll check it on our chili. Oh yeah. Let's see what we got here. I think we're looking good. Oh yeah.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Now that's the flavor. When you brown it like that, it's just,
That is,
and you finish it in the oven and it's just like, it's butter.
that looks amazing.
Crispy on the outside, but
Oh,
butter on
God.
the inside. So we'll throw that and finish it inside.
I'm impressed here, Ken. And I'm telling you, you've got big shoes to fill.
Yeah, this, I was very worried about this.
Right? Because everyone just loves your, but I've heard nothing but wonderful things myself. I worked last week and I sold a few of those 104 myself.
Yeah, it was, yeah, it's been going over very well. It really has. That's nice.
That looks
Nice
amazing.
and lemony and
Yes.
garlicky and
Wow, Ken.
let our fish sit out, rest for a minute. That's beautiful. Turn this up so we get it nice and hot.
Wow, this, I have a feeling about this dish.
Yeah, this one's a good one. This is
Okay.
an arugula basil pesto.
Okay.
Which is very simple. We just take we take garlic again, olive oil, saute it off a little bit, don't brown it. And we put it into a Robocoup,
Okay.
Cuisinart food processor, and we add fresh arugula and fresh basil.
Nice.
Salt and pepper.
Lovely.
And a little bit more olive oil. It's just very straight to the point, very basic. We don't
Sounds
put the
delicious.
we don't put the pine nuts in it because we have nut allergies. So we just like to coat the plate, make a nice. Just like
Isn't that cute?
Put our ring mold in the middle,
All right.
then our risotto.
Wow, I'm really excited about this.
Nice. That's beautiful. And it's not like you only have the chili and sea bass on there, but then you have these shrimp.
You've got shrimp too. This is like double fun here.
And I'm a big seafood guy. I love my
Oh,
seafood.
me too. I can't get enough of it.
When it comes to cooking seafood, I take it very seriously.
And when it comes to eating it, I take it very seriously.
Which we'll put right on top.
Beautiful.
And if we want even more height, which it really doesn't need it.
No, I think
it's a
that's
good looking
perfect.
dish the way it is. But we could always put a lemon wheel on top like that.
Oh, just perfection. I am here with Jan Jaritzma of Ideal Farms, and again, we're going to be talking about how important it is to have these type of food to plate, local. We can't stress it enough. Jan, tell me a little bit about Ideal Farms and the relationship with the Mohawk House.
Well, we're so thrilled that Steve is so interested in being and able to support the local farmers and the produce that we grow. We've had this slogan for years, fresher by miles. Our produce is not well traveled, and we really are interested. We are involved with 4 farmers markets besides selling at our store, our retail stand, and we just are big believers, and it's wonderful that he's so supportive of it. He and Rachel are so supportive of farming in Sussex County. It's an interesting prospect.
You know, it is really interesting because, you know, maybe, I don't know if it's easier for some people to buy outside the county, but frankly, I think it would be easier to buy inside the county. Let's see what we can do here in Sussex County and grow it and then support it and eat it.
Well, you know, the nice thing is once people get used to a good piece of corn, a good tomato, they will make that extra stop. You've got to, you know, you have to go to the big grocery stores for a lot of things.
Absolutely.
But make that extra stop and get that stuff that came out of the field that morning. And it's so important.
And you can't get fresher than that, folks. You can't get fresher than a picked piece of corn or tomato that day on your plate that night.
Unless you're going to walk out to the field,
and pick
take
it
that ear
yourself.
of corn, strip it, and eat it raw.
Exactly,
And some
it's not
people
happening. Well, Jan, this is fantastic. So in the future, you will continue relationships like this with the Mohawk
Oh,
House.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And
yeah.
continue, people, folks, this is another reason to come down and try out the Mohawk House, because not only can you enjoy the atmosphere, the classy atmosphere and the taste and what you'll get, beautiful service, but you're also getting what they believe is so local, so fresh, And you got to support your local farmer. So
Fresher by miles.
Fresher by miles, fantastic. Jan from Ideal Farms, thank you. So folks, what a way to close the show than to try these 3 gorgeous dishes that Ken has prepared for us here at the Mohawk House. I am already impressed with the presentation, let alone with how they're gonna taste. So Ken, as always, we gotta try. First off is this beautiful lobster summer roll with just a little hint of our sauce, a little peach sauce, right?
Oh yes, the peach sweet chili sauce.
Ken, the fresh mint mixed in with the vegetables and of course the lobster, it's a real fresh springy taste. And it's hearty.
I love it.
Heartier than I thought. So now here we have this gorgeous prosciutto wrapped shrimp with this over cantaloupe and this lemon sauce. And I've been dying to try this because they do sell so well here. So
You have to try it with the cantaloupe too.
and like cantaloupe on top, like a little piece.
Sure, sure.
All right, so we'll get a little piece of this. Now
It's good to mix all the ingredients in
it
together.
is, and it's so crisp, which I just love. So, alrighty, folks, here we go.
And this is so fresh because you get the coolness of the cantaloupe
And you've got the
saltiness.
saltiness of the prosciutto mixed in with the freshness and like you said, the coolness of the cantaloupe mixed in with the sauce. Ken,
yeah, it's pretty wild.
wow. So, as you all know, they've had an amazing Chilean sea bass on the menu, but they're gonna switch it up, and I have a good feeling that they're on the right track here. So let's try it with over this amazing risotto with shrimp. Oh my gosh, I feel like the luckiest girl in the world right now being able to try all this.
And try to get a little bit of each, a little bit of pesto, a little bit
of pesto, a little bit of shrimp,
a little
this
bit of the
This is gonna
risotto.
be a big bite, folks, I'm sorry.
It really works.
You did it.
It really works.
Oh my Lord.
It definitely
Folks,
works.
The shrimp scampi, the creaminess of the shrimp scampi, along with the lemon zestiness of a little bit of the pesto sauce, along with this fish.
Yeah, it's great.
What can I say, Ken?
Well, I'm gonna eat some.
And while you take a bite, we have our Haute Cabrier, beautiful Chardonnay Pinot Noir. Can't go
Salute.
wrong with a little white wine when you're eating your beautiful fish here, along with these other appetizers.
Yeah, it's
And
nice
that's
and
another
crisp.
thing. Woo,
That's
is
perfect for the
good.
fish.
That pairs up beautifully with this. That's another thing. When you come into the Mohawk House, all the servers know exactly what to pair your meals up with. So you could ask them, what kind of red, what kind of white would go with this meal? So folks, another beautiful dish here at the Mohawk House. We encourage you to come in, try us out. You can look us up on Facebook. We are also mohawkhouse.com. Check out our website. I do know if you like us on Facebook, you will get constant updates on what's going on with the entertainment, with the dishes, with the beers. You'll be in the know of everything here Mohawk House, which is great. So absolutely like us on Facebook and come on in, let them know that you saw the show. Tell them you like Destination Mohawk House, what you like about it. You can fill out a server card at the end of the night and give a good response. Let us know what you liked, what you'd like to see on, on the next show.
And we like to listen to our guests also. You know, we listen to our servers, we listen to all the people that work here, the bartenders, but we also listen to the customers that come in.
Absolutely.
Because then we really get to know what people want. And
Absolutely, and it is. It's about you and what you want out there, and they keep perfecting it and making it right. So I can't say enough about this place. I love it to death, and the food really speaks for itself here.
Thank you.
Great job, Ken.
Thanks a lot.
Fantastic job, service, everything. So folks, come on down, and thank you for watching Destination Mohawk House. I'm your host, Nikki Moorville. We'll see you again next time.